Hello everyone and welcome back to He Makes Me Play. I am Marius and I'm blind. I can't see and so I make other people play video games. And today I make Vincent play Wayhaven Chronicles again. Hello Vincent.
Hello Marius.
Yes, last time we had an interrogation mostly. We did some team management, some team building, and I think everyone has excellent morale and is extremely professional. And with all that professionalism, we took to interviewing a witness, where we learned that there was, at the night of the murder, chanting could be heard in the streets.
Yeah.
That was an important detail for our vampire colleagues, at least. And we have no clue what's going on still.
Yeah, and then we left her and never talked to her again.
Yeah, we got a call from Werda as well about the blood that made them nervous and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, so today, hopefully we'll find out more. Let's get into it.
Back in the office.
Yeah, we're back at the police station.
Back in my office, Nate is kind enough to make us some drinks while we wait for the rest of his team to return.
Yeah, he has been a very caring person in general. The most adult of the vampires.
Sorry about the lack of coffee, I say as he grasps a steaming mug of tea in front of... as he grabs a steaming mug of tea in front of himself instead. Oh, okay, I thought he was making and giving them to us, but apparently whatever.
So sentences get better if you make them unambiguous in general, I would say. And that sounds like it's an ambiguous sentence. You can parse it in several ways.
Yeah.
Makes Vincent's job harder, everyone. Please write unambiguous sentences.
Yeah, use small words.
Think of Vincent.
Structures. He gives a genuine smile, taking the seat opposite my desk. No worries. I prefer tea anyway. Nate purses his lips. I'm sorry about what happened with Mrs. Hudders. We've worked as a small team for so long. It may take us some time to remember how to do things differently.
Okay, thanks. He's, that's really, he's trying to cooperate.
Yeah. Also, it's what he said before about Adam, right? Just that
he's a dick.
Yeah, and also same problem. Adam is used to working with the other three of his team and not with some outside person.
Sure.
I nod in understanding, turning the conversation back to the case after being reminded of it. Maybe it would be good to investigate the Ferris warehouse again, I say, voicing my thoughts aloud. I'm not exactly overly keen to return there after what happened last time, but at least now I can be more prepared. Nate leans forward in his chair, resting his forearms on his thighs. If you'd like, I can go with the rest of my team later. And we can respond with, number 1, I am more than capable of going myself. Number 2, good idea, I can go with you.
Yeah, I just don't want them to go alone.
Yes.
I think it's cool to have them with us.
Number 3, I am not sure that's such a good idea. You are new around here. Number 4, are you sure? I don't want to pawn my responsibilities off on you. And number 5, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, do my job for me. I want to go there. That sounds interesting. But I want to go with them. And the only option that facilitates that is number 2, right?
Yeah, we've been there together once before. Might as well go there together.
Yeah, but just like with everything else, last time we didn't actually do a lot of investigating. I mean, we got tackled, it's fair enough, and we shot a guy. We just don't mention that very much. But we didn't actually look into the warehouse that much, right?
No, I agree.
So let's go back there.
Good idea. I can go with you. I smile at him and give him a nod. Good idea. I can go with you. He holds up a hand and gives an apologetic half smile. Actually, I was hoping we could go alone.
Aha. Here we go.
I narrow my eyes at him a little, leaning back in my chair.
Yes.
His
reflection in the bald head. So I'm sorry, I had to bring that in there.
I only want to acquaint myself with the area, he replies at my obvious suspicion. And have the chance to speak with my team about how best to work with others. I give a resigned sigh. All right. The niggles of anxiety that knot at my stomach settle somewhat. What kind of word is niggles?
A lorry tram word? I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just mean Britishisms. You know, like, it's a dialect. It's like with color.
Yeah, I've never heard that
And
before, but okay.
Calling cigarettes weird things that I'm not going to say on the channel.
Yeah, okay.
And you know what I mean.
Might as well take it
Like roller.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Go on, tell
Hey,
me
mate,
more.
you got a spare roller? That kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Might as well take advantage of having the extra people around for tasks like this. Are you sure you don't mind? He asks, concern in his tone as his dark brown eyes settle on mine. You did make your objection quite clear earlier about us going about town on our own. Yeah, it's fine. Working with a team wasn't exactly what I wanted for my first case, but seeing as we have to, hopefully he really will manage to talk some sense into his team. Then we can all just get on with the case.
Get on with the case. What's wrong, Kira? Come on, some enthusiasm. This is murder we're talking. It's your first big case.
Yeah, and we've learned so much about the case already.
I feel Kira needs a bit of a break. She needs to regenerate. Maybe we should ask Tina to touch her shoulder or something. I don't know.
First day on the job, man. I need a break.
Well,
I'm too old for this shit.
Look, like commenters have pointed this out. Kira is new on the job.
Yes,
right?
yes,
It's like,
that's true.
This is stressful for her.
Absolutely, and new team and the meeting with her mom.
And it's also, if this was a TV show at this point, I would be kind of interested. Like, we've seen a lot of professional stuff, sort of, and I would be interested in, getting to know Kira the person. What does she do for recreational activities? I hope that comes up. It must, right? I'm sure it will.
Yeah, we'll probably go
on
play
a date.
volleyball with Tina or something.
Sure. Anyway.
It goes on. At least you ask rather than demand. I only object to overbearing, egoistical... Oh, Adam, hello. My voice cracks and I almost spill my drink down my front in my haste to cut off my insult.
Speak of the devil.
Nate looks over his shoulder to the doorway where the rest of the team are entering. Any luck out and about? It yielded a little, Adam replies. I shift in my seat as his gaze flickers my way. But I hear from Morgan you had more luck. The detective and I have been speaking, and she suggested we check out one of the warehouses on the edge of town. Nate stands from his chair, moving.
He's
close.
making it sound like it was our idea. He's trying to support us.
Yay.
Sorry.
Nate stands from his chair, moving closer to the group. She had an instant there with some possible suspects. Adam's gaze shoots to Nate so fast I'm surprised he doesn't topple over. And she agreed? I roll my eyes, sinking further into my chair and keeping my comments to myself. Even more so when I see Farah grinning in the corner. Come on, Nate says, his tone light. You better get going before the sun sets. He glances back at me, giving an appreciative nod. See you tomorrow, detective. It was good working with you today. He offers a smile along with a nod. His expression, and we can say number one, making me nod in return and say, yeah, see you tomorrow. Number two, making me smile back and say, good working with you too. See you tomorrow. Number three, making my stomach flutter a little. I can't help but smile and say, see you tomorrow. Or number four, making me grin back and say, I very much look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Like a psycho. I very much look forward to...
Yeah, that's a bit much there, detective.
It's just that's how it looked like in my
absolutely.
head. That's not who we are. I just want to nod. That feels like appropriate.
Making me nod in return and say, yeah, see you tomorrow. You bastard. I nod in return, sitting a little straighter in my chair. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Adam gestures for the group to leave, all heading out of my office at the same time. I watch them leave the station. The exact moment they do, Tina pops her head around my door. What was that? She asks, her eyes shimmering. I shift a couple of papers on my desk. Nothing.
Really? You're not going to explain the secret agents in the police station? There must be some kind of protocol or something that requires that. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But as we've learned, we do not talk about this case at all to anyone ever.
It's top secret.
Mm-hmm. She shuffles into the room, her curls bouncing around her face as she comes to perch herself on the edge of my desk beside me. I'm sorry, but 4 people who look like that in your office is not nothing. And we can reply with, number 1, as attractive as they may be, they are here to help me on the case.
Why attractive? Where does that come from?
Because, I mean...
Did I not listen? And she said, like, what are all these pretty people doing here?
But 4 people who look like that in your office is not nothing.
Okay.
And
yeah,
the first description we got of the 4 of them was that they were basically...
They're hot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see now.
So, yeah. First option, as attractive as they may be, they are here to help me on the case.
All right.
These 4 models are here to help me on the case. Okay.
Sure.
Number 2, it's all just professional. Number 3, okay, I get what you mean. It's going to be rather distracting having them around.
So strange conversation. I mean, how am I supposed to take this? Is Tina jealous? Are we trying to talk her out of that? Look, Tina, it's strictly professional between me and the vampires. I swear. And that other woman, I'm being close with her, sort of, but that's my mom. Come on.
Yeah, and we have a tense relationship.
Yes.
Back off, Tina. Back off. There's option number 4. Their looks don't match their personalities, unfortunately.
That's kind of funny. I kind of want to say that.
Yeah. And then the last option, they work for the government. I think that would make them off limits.
Well, you can't date government?
I guess
none of this makes sense.
I mean, Tina is a government official, basically.
Yeah, or I'm misunderstanding something. But I think I want to say number 3 because it's funny.
Their looks don't match their personalities? Thank you. I agree.
Kira is a bit of a joker in our playthrough, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, their looks don't match their personalities, I reply, glancing up at her. I don't really need them to talk, she says, a sly smile tugging at her lips. She slides down into the chair beside my desk.
Whoa.
Just stand around and brighten the look of the place. Tina, I reprimand.
These are some 2 horny women, man. It's like... Holy shit, these 2 running this station?
Yeah, man. No wonder he's, what's his name, Douglas is on his phone so much. If I look at them, they might.
Yeah, where's this going? I mean, keep going, but I'm wondering where it is going.
Tina, I reprimand, though I can't help but chuckle. You can't blame me for thinking it. She spreads a hand out wide in front of her. I mean, did you see them? Yes, I saw them, I reply, still chuckling. At least that's a start, I suppose, she says, pouting her lips. When was the last time you even thought about spending some time on your love life?
Oh, actually, pretty much every other dialogue option is thinking about that.
Yes. Have you seen yourself, Werder, or any of these 4, or our mother, or Mrs. Hudders, or...
I don't think we had an option with Werder or Hudders, and mother neither. So.
Okay.
But that's only like half the cast. Everyone else, yes.
I feel like there were some slower paced options with Werder.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. Not,
maybe, yeah.
Wow, he's so hot, let's fuck him, but something like that in a slow pace, yeah.
Yeah.
We can reply, I date all the time. Or number 2, it's just so much effort to do the dating scene. Or number 3, I have enough in my life right now. I'm not sure I can handle more.
No, I absolutely do not want to indicate to the game in any way that I'm not interested in dating. That I don't want to be misunderstood.
This is a very important part.
Yeah.
Option number 4. So it's been a while since I've had a date.
That's a good one.
Or maybe a little longer than a while.
That's very believable. Fits with my vision of Kira.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's also option number 5. I don't open up easily, that's all. Or
yeah, but people who don't open up easily don't usually say it like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of that option.
Yeah, I also feel like we do open up to Tina and Werder
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that option. There's another one.
The last option. Can we not talk about this, please?
Yeah, that's the one that says I don't open up easily by actually not opening up easily. Makes it completely obvious to anyone.
Yeah, let's keep this strictly professional, Tina.
No, okay, look, let's be honest. I don't want to be professional with Tina in any way. Okay? That's not what Kira wants. But, I like what was the one? I haven't dated in a while.
Since
Yeah,
I've
that one.
had a date.
Like, she's a grizzled detective, workaholic, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's been a while since I've had a date, I reply, to which she arches a brow. I look down at my lap. All right, maybe a little longer than just a while. And that's your choice. She stands from her place, smiling so genuinely it makes her eyes crinkle. Just remember, you're a detective now, Kira. You've reached pretty high in your career. You're allowed to enjoy the rest of your life too, you know. I purse my lips. Then I tap a few keys on the computer so that the monitor flashes to life, unsure how to respond to Tina. For a moment there, I thought the monitor was not coming to life, but rather switching the window to the live window.
Oh.
Yeah, let's look at my life. What are my stats?
Let's look at my character sheet. Yeah. See if what you say is true.
Man,
what's my level?
Maybe I'm playing too many RPGs.
I don't think so.
Unsure how to respond to Tina. You're a strong, independent woman, she continues, and I flicker my gaze over the top.
She's really monologuing now. You wanted to stand on my desk, Tina?
And I flicker my gaze over the top of my screen to meet hers. You deserve a strong, independent person at your side. Another smile curves her lips. And it wouldn't hurt if they were easy on the eyes, right?
Go on.
I finally crack out a grin. All right, I get your point. But this murder takes priority right now. Oh, that reminds me, she says, pausing on her way out. I came in here to tell you I found out who the victim was.
Ah, very interesting. Finally, I'm listening, Vincent.
Important point, yes.
Yes.
A heaviness hits me like a brick to my chest. Who was she? Janet Greenland, Tina says, her brows shifting into sympathy. Poor girl. She was an engineer. She was here looking for a place to rent, trying to get away from the crime of the big city. Kind of ironic, isn't it? She turns and leaves, a somber air having fallen over my office at the news. I turn my focus back to my computer, hoping it might be able to figure out what to do next. Later that night.
Yeah, that's okay. The whole Janet thing, okay, we know now, but it doesn't give us any leads, really. I was kind of hoping for more. She has no relation to anyone in Wayhaven. It doesn't help us establish a motive for the killer. But we still technically don't know how she was killed.
True.
We just know the blood thing and that she was an engineer.
Yeah, and the fact that she's new in town and doesn't apparently have any real connections to the townspeople is also important.
It is important, but what's the lead here, Vincent, right?
Well, the lead is that there's no lead exactly. But at least we can be pretty sure that the crime is not based on the city or from the city.
Yeah, I guess we can exclude a lot of people here. You know, there's no, like, I'm looking for, like, ex-boyfriends or whatever. It's always the ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
That kind
but
of
also,
stuff.
Then again, if we consider the fact that Unit Bravo is with us because they are thinking that this is the victim of a killer they already are pursuing.
Yeah.
Then it's probably not a direct relationship to this.
No, you're right. I'm thinking now like a regular police person, which, you know, I shouldn't do because I know it's like a supernatural thing and it's the blood that she carried. But then there's still the question of why does she have that special blood? And that could also be because it's maybe runs in certain families or whatever. Yeah. But we don't know anything about her family relation, you know?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, okay. Let's go on.
Later that night, near the center of town. You weren't a handsome man, were you, Dr. Murphy? The new Dr. Ethan Murphy says.
It's the old guy from episode 1. The doctor
Yes,
who like
exactly.
delivers every baby in Wayhaven and keeps talking about it.
Yeah,
That
and
guy. Okay.
Apparently he is no longer around.
Or am I wrong? That's the guy, right?
Yeah, that's Dr. Murphy.
Okay.
I don't know if I said it back then, but again, Dresden Files name.
We definitely did say
Probably,
that,
yeah. The new Dr. Ethan Murphy says, glancing down at the photo ID badge now pinned to his jacket. Wait,
What? Can you go back? What did he say?
You weren't a handsome man, were you, Dr. Murphy? The new Dr. Ethan Murphy says, glancing down at the photo ID badge now pinned to his jacket.
He's talking to himself?
If it's a supernatural thing, maybe he just replaced he killed the old Dr. Murphy and replaced him.
I had that thought as well, and he's now like, doing a villain thing.
Yes, and frustrated because he has lost his stunning looks, apparently.
I guess so, yeah. So we're dealing with a shapeshifter here. Okay, go on.
Replacing the photo with his own would have to be done soon, but that could wait until tomorrow. Feeding had to be his focus now. Oh, so it's not shape-shifting, it's just he took on the ID badge, basically, and just replacing the picture.
He probably wants to get to the blood sample, maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Who knows?
Murphy darts through the shadowed streets, frowning when the buzz of the lamp posts makes his head ache. He does much better in moonlight only, so he heads towards one of the darker areas between the flat, boring buildings. There has to be someone around, even in this backwater hole of a town, he mutters. He scans the back doors of the apartment buildings. They line the walls like fridge doors down the aisle of a supermarket.
Oh, nice, because he's shopping for food,
Yes.
right? That's a nice metaphor.
Better than the bird.
Yeah, the bird.
The scent of humans inside seeps through the bricks, searing his nose, and he muffles his hungry groans with his hand. He hasn't fed in weeks, which was a mistake. His last failed experiment had to be due in part to his hunger. Eating straight from the source is not his preferred method of fulfilling his needs, but he has little choice due to being run out of his accommodations by that stupid pack of agents. Murphy's lip curls in disgust. Just the thought of them makes his skin itch. The agency is useless. A bunch of power-hungry humans and their supernatural pets. Murphy spits onto the street, the thought of them leaving a vile taste in his mouth, having to live in the shadows rather than taking their place at the top of this world. And all because of fear of the agency's wrath. It is beginning to wear thin on many of his kind. Killing the unit that had resided in Wayhaven had helped to dispel some of his pent-up rage. It had also been somewhat of a perk when he'd overheard them speaking about another potential victim in this town. Of course, they hadn't revealed anything further upon him asking.
Okay. Can I interrupt you for a second? He said something. Killing the unit that resided in Wayhaven. So presumably, like, we're dealing with Unit Bravo. That's our team, right?
And Unit Alpha was...
You're saying it, Vincent, because if there's a Unit Bravo, that sort of implies to me that there's a Unit Alpha that came before. And maybe that was what, remember how there was a prologue and someone got killed? That was probably one of Unit Alpha, and he's just been killing these people. And this engineer lady, maybe she was also part of Unit Alpha.
I think that's probably the one that he was trying to feeding on.
Yeah.
So more like a snack on the way.
Okay, but she was definitely a vampire, right? Because of the blood?
Isn't that the thing that we have the same mutation or something?
Yeah, we're not a vampire. You're right. I'm still confused though, but that's okay. We're still learning about that
maybe
stuff.
It's just the gene to be a vampire, right? Because Adam's blood has also the same mutation.
Yeah. See, that's what's confusing to me.
Yeah.
You have the potential maybe to be. Who knows? Well, I'm sure we'll figure that out. Point is, I think there was a Unit Alpha. They got killed, and Bravo is the replacement, which kind of excites me. I think that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, and apparently it wasn't that hard to kill the unit Alpha.
Yeah, that makes him dangerous, right? Because he already
Yeah.
killed an entire unit of vampires.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he's a powerful guy.
Though maybe Unit Alpha isn't vampires. They were just humans.
agents.
Because
I don't know,
if I recall the prologue correctly, there was a lot of fear going on there. And that Unit Bravo doesn't seem like...
That doctor guy who got killed didn't seem like a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Where was I? Of course, they hadn't revealed anything further upon him asking. Torture isn't his forte after, even if death is. Still, learning there's another potential vessel out there had given him hope once more.
Ah, vessel. See, that implies this, having the potential to be a vampire.
Yeah, and chanting and all that. When he had feared his last attempt was the final one. Wayhaven isn't that big. He'll find this new one eventually, and once he has them... Oh, crushing that agency will be like crushing ants beneath his boot.
Okay.
A smile tugs at his pale lips, his steps speeding with renewed intent. The time of the agency and their coddled supernaturals will be at an end soon enough. But for now, feeding has to be his priority. The fact is made obvious by the stinging of his dry throat and the pain which laces throughout his blood. It really has been too long since he's fed. Yet even in a careful town like this one, lost lambs continue to stray from their flock. Murphy draws to a stop at the exit of an alleyway. Lamplight pools down onto the pavement below, highlighting a slim figure bundled up and marching so fast through the opposite alleyway they are almost sprinting.
Oh no, it's the coffee lady, I bet.
Oh, please, no. She was so nice.
Yeah, she was nice, but not as centrally featured as Tina.
Yeah.
So she's ready to be killed.
Yeah.
It's my prediction anyway.
Good prediction. Probably afraid of what lurks in the shadows, Murphy chuckles at the thought. In a flash of movement, he steps out in front of the walker. The youthful face of the young boy stares back at him.
I was wrong.
Yeah. A character we haven't met yet, I think. The youthful face of...
Oh, it's the phone guy. Sorry. I should just shut up. I'm sorry.
Douglas.
Yeah. No, probably not. The game would have called him Douglas, right? Maybe. I'm going to shut up now. In this tense scene,
we'll see.
Please continue.
Yeah. The youthful face of the young boy stares back at him wide-eyed. Where did you come? He stammers. Shh, Murphy coos, taking the boy's hand in both of his and staring into his eyes with unwavering intensity.
Oh, glamour.
Why don't you relax? For a few seconds, the boy struggles to yank his hand back, but the resistance finally melts. The boy's cornflower blue eyes mist over, and an absent-minded smile lands on his lips. Murphy grins wide, one arm seizing the boy's waist and yanking him closer. His free hand tips the youth's head to one side. The boy's satchel drops from his shoulder, collapsing onto the ground and spilling out a variety of colorful schoolboy textbooks.
And this is some kind of schoolboy or whatever.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, this was rough.
Yeah.
Good thing it's just a book.
Yeah. He didn't need to make quite that much of a mess of the boy, but then it's always fun to leave such a discovery for those persistent, intrusive agents.
I hate this guy.
Yeah.
What a horrible predator. Leave this boy alone, Murphy.
Yeah. Get your snacks somewhere else.
At least feed on adults, honestly. This is like an added dimension to this guy
this
that I
just
don't
not
like.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, the next morning at the station.
Oh, man. We're going to discover another victim now.
Yeah.
It's become a serial killer.
And it's going to be a mess.
Yeah. Ugh.
What should have been a lovely early spring morning is dampened by a grey sky flecked with dark storm clouds.
Yeah, that's very fitting for the mood.
What is it? A red sun rises. There has been blood spilled tonight, or whatever they would have said. Flecked with dark storm clouds. A mist of rain hangs in the air. The sun seems to be trying its best, but its morning rays barely make it past the barrier of cloud. I shake myself off as I step inside the station, the moisture sinking into my coat. At least I don't have to wear a uniform anymore. That itchy material soaked up rain like a sponge. Wearing what I like is certainly a major perk of the job, though mostly I wear something. And then in parentheses, all styles are available to all genders, so please pick whatever you wish.
Oh, it's in parentheses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have options. Number 1, casual. Jeans and a t-shirt. Simple and understated.
Yeah, I was thinking we have to wear that because that's like everyone wears that, right, around here. But please go on. I want to know how we can dress up.
Number 2, smart. Blazer, trousers, and a pressed shirt.
No, not like mom.
We're
not doing that.
Like to look professional.
No, that's mom. That's not us.
Number 3, cheery. A colorful cardigan over a summer dress. Something that makes me approachable.
We're not a high school girl. Come on, we're a detective. Kira is a bit older, right? Like this is like the main character in that show, Vampire Diaries. She wears a cardigan, right? She would dress like that.
But she's not a detective, I assume?
This is like my favorite video on YouTube, Jenny Nicholson's Vampire Diaries video. Go watch it, everyone. It's
can tell, yes.
Yeah. For more about that. Okay, go on. What are the other styles?
Number, 5? 4. Cherry. Colorful jacket and board shorts. It's pretty comfy, but cheerful.
Wait, jacket? Hold on, I'm trying to picture that. A colorful jacket and shorts?
Yeah.
So what, like an artsy UPS driver?
Sort of, I guess, yeah.
Okay, I'm disinclined to wear this.
What? Think of the beach look. It's,
well, yeah, it's got, I mean... Like a hip mom? I mean, I just don't get it. I may be misunderstanding something.
I mean, imagine our character, again, like a beach boy, basically, right?
But jacket and shorts, just, does that fit? It's just, I don't know.
I mean, if it's an open jacket, maybe.
I feel like I'm just mispicturing this. It's just me. It's not the game.
I have trouble picturing that as well. I'm trying hard, but...
Maybe that's how you dress in Wayhaven. I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
What else? This is interesting. Go on. How many more are there?
A lot.
Yeah, go on.
What is this?
We will talk about each one of them.
Number 5. Subdued. Waistcoat, shirt, and jeans.
That's kind of cool. I like waistcoats in general.
I don't want to stand out.
But you kind of do with a waistcoat. It's not a very common clothing item.
Yeah, also as a detective.
But I mean, can she have a pocket watch as well? Can we just run around like vampire T.S. Eliot? Like a bald head? Drinking tea and using Britishisms all the time? I kind of like that.
Oh, God.
Elementary, Adam.
Yeah, give me my cocaine.
Yeah, anyway, I guess I'm hyper-focusing on the waistcoat. What was the other stuff? She said it's subdued.
Yeah, waistcoat, shirt, and jeans.
Okay, but a shirt?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to dress up this game character like I run around.
The next option is also subdued. Hoodie, t-shirt, and jeans. I don't want to stand out.
Okay, just looking like a software developer.
Yes, exactly. And certainly not approachable as a detective.
No, that's on the maybe list. That's okay. I might go for that.
For some reason, I imagined the hoodie with the hood up.
No, that's wrong.
Yes.
That's not. That's like Left 4 Dead, jumpy vampire. You know what I mean?
That's,
that guy.
Us working already on.
That's once we've been turned, and we can put the hood up. That's how you know it's a vampire. They wear the hood up. It's the one giveaway.
Yeah. That's the law. All vampires have to have the hood up.
Yeah.
Next option is practical. Leather jacket, t-shirt, and cargo trousers. Ready for anything.
Yeah, maybe. I don't like the cargo trousers.
I love the idea of cargo trousers just because I imagine them like completely full with stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I have my gun here, I have my flashlight here, I have some handcuffs here, I have some note paper here, just in case, some pants.
I mean, I like that, right? I love her being prepared and stuff. But do people with cargo pants like actually fill the pockets?
Normally not.
Are they actually practical?
I love the idea of her just being hyper prepared, just for anything.
But then she would just wear a uniform is the thing, though, right?
Yeah.
This is about how she looks when it's like
chose
casual.
cargo pants.
It's okay. I mean, and I like the leather jacket more. I wish we could combine different things.
Well, maybe there is a combination of all these.
And can the leather jacket have a cool label like "fuck the world" or something? Anyway,
okay.
What else?
Next option is stylish: pencil skirt, shirt, and some jewelry. Professional, but something that'll get me noticed.
What's a pencil skirt?
I think it's one of these skirts that has like a wavy pattern,
Oh, okay.
but I could be wrong.
I don't see that for Kira. It's also slightly impractical. We might get into a fight. I don't know.
Also, it reminds me of like a woman in the 50s for some reason.
Yeah, it's like
it's just,
let's just dress up Tina this way. No, I'm sorry.
Whoa. Okay. Next option is also stylish: straight trousers, shirt, and a few accessories. Professional, but something that'll get me noticed.
Okay, like minimalist, stylish. Like it better is an option.
Okay. Is it just always the
Male and female version?
Yeah, I just realized that.
Oh, was that before with casual as well, with the hoodie? And
I
I like how the game says you can wear anything, right? Regardless of gender.
Yeah. It doesn't always have two options. So the casual one, jeans and a t-shirt, that's unisex basically. So there are just one option. But for cheery there are two, for subdued there are two, and for stylish there are now two.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And the last option, modern: skinny jeans, shirt, and some accessories. An up-to-date look, so I'll stand out.
I wish she would have said what accessories. Come on, this is the opportunity where you can put in some detail. It's like specificity is the soul of narrative.
Yeah, what accessories would you like her to have?
Some earrings, but then what kind of earrings, right? And it's like the set, like that can also get in the way. I do want her to be practical and ready for a fight.
Yeah, maybe a watch that could help.
That's true. That doesn't get in the way. And yeah, I don't know what else.
So what do we pick?
Do you have a preference? I've been talking about my ideas. Why is this part so interesting?
This is an important character.
Yeah,
choice.
I guess I'm in the
It says a lot about
mindset.
her.
Yeah,
is she lazy in her way of dressing, or is
and
she
what
really
would honestly?
working on it?
I know I keep going on about this. Maybe it's not that interesting, but what would look good with a bald head? You know, let's take it serious, right?
Yeah, but that's
I already talked about what would Skin from Skunk and Nancy wear, because she makes it work.
But here's the question: is she even like? Does she put in the work to consider that, or is she just putting on the casual outfit, jeans and t-shirt, and goes about her
Are you
day?
arguing for leather jacket and cargo pants? Practical.
The cargo trousers are really they are an issue.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I like the leather jacket and t-shirt, but the cargo pants. It's difficult.
I was okay with the software developer look. The hoodie thing also looks like Vampire Diaries lady a little bit. Forget her name.
Yeah, but I think then I prefer the normal casual, just jeans and a t-shirt without the hoodie.
That's really boring though.
Yeah, it is.
With the hoodie, we can at least put the hoodie up and like
in case we get turned into a vampire.
if we have to become anonymous, or I don't know, if she gets cold on her bald head or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but wasn't there another one? Was it just the jeans and t-shirt that we liked? What was the first one?
We had blazers, trousers, pressed shirt.
No,
we had
not mom.
colorful cardigan over a summer dress. We had colorful jacket and board shorts. We had waistcoat, shirt, and jeans.
Yeah, the waistcoat. That was the thing. That look, okay, here's the way that might look. Do you know how Cameron in House MD looks?
Yes.
because she was a really snappy dresser in that show. I really like.
Yes. Okay.
I hope you're enjoying our fashion podcast.
And if you're not, what are you doing here?
Yeah, because I was making jokes about T.S. Eliot and stuff, but maybe that's how she looked, and that's not the T.S. Eliot look. That's just because Cameron had such a good mix in that show of stylish and still sort of feminine, but also really professional.
Yeah,
it was a really good look. Maybe I want.
And she could easily switch into an authoritative role.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go for that. Also fits with baldness, I think. Like Cameron in that look with a bald head.
Sure.
It works.
I guess. Yeah. Okay, waistcoat.
You need to look at it a couple times, but then it works.
Shirt and jeans. And there we go.
The waistcoat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad we had this discussion, Vincent.
I usually like to wear something more subdued. A plain waistcoat, shirt, and jeans are enough for me.
Yes.
My job isn't to stand out. It's to blend in.
Excellent.
I yank off my coat and head to my office, being the first one in as usual. Or at least so I thought. I paused in the doorway to find Unit Bravo already gathered inside, steering about the room in the same positions they had taken up the day before. Nate smiles in greeting as I enter. Good morning, Detective. And we can reply, Number 1, you're all here early. Number 2, the weather would suggest otherwise. Number 3, I am glad to see you're all as eager as I am to solve this case. Number 4, good morning, everyone. And number 5, we simply nod and head to the desk.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. Boring, but works.
Yeah.
I glance over the group and give a smile. Good morning. After hanging up my coat, I move towards my desk. I guess you don't sleep much, Detective. What with being in so early? Farah asks with a chuckle. Don't worry, neither do we. Nate lets out a heavy sigh in the chair next to her. Ignoring the banter, I take a seat. Did you find anything at the warehouse?
Right, they did that.
Mm-hmm. Nate shifts forward in his seat. Well, we thought... No, Adam's strong reply cuts through whatever Nate had been about to say.
Mm-hmm.
Nate's head whips around to face his leader, a frown creasing his dark brows together. So, what, did they find something and Adam just doesn't want us to talk? Or
that is heavily implied, right? Yeah.
God damn it, Adam. Work with her. I watched the odd silent exchange pass between the pair. Uncertainty tugs at me. The question was not exactly hard to answer. My attention focused to Farah, noticing the gleeful smile quivering at the corners of her lips as she watches her colleagues glare at each other. I only return my focus to them when Nate turns away from Adam and sinks deeper into his seat. As Adam said, we didn't find anything. And
all right.
We can reply, okay, there's just one option out of these that is actually spoken out loud. The first option is, good, at least that means I didn't miss anything when I searched, which is not spoken out loud. The second option is spoken out loud. Why are you lying?
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Then number 3.
Very direct.
Yes.
Very waistcoat. That makes sense. Yes.
Yes. I like that option too. Option number 3. There's definitely something not right here.
What's the, okay, no.
That feels like we've tried that before, game, and you just ignored us.
What is it? Admiral Akbar comes by. It's a trap.
Yeah, we
don't do it, Kira.
We won't fall for that one again. Option number 4. They don't have any reason to lie. We're all in this together, after all.
Yeah.
That's stupid optimistic.
Wishful thinking, Kira.
Yes.
Come on, wake up, Kira.
And the last option. I'm glad I don't have to go back to that creepy warehouse, at least.
Avoidant, Kira? No, thanks.
So, why
direct
lying?
Confrontational, Kira. Yes. Proactive, Kira. Waistcoat, Kira, Vincent. Go for it. Why are you lying?
I flick my gaze between the pair and arch brow. Well, that reply was just a big fat lie. They obviously found something, but why hide it?
Yes.
I thought we were supposed to be working together. I ask, my tone stern. Nate's brow creases into a frown. We are. Folding my arms, I glance between them. Then why are you lying about this? We found nothing, detective. Adam replies, as stern as my question had been. I realize the conversation is over as much as I want to pursue it. Maybe they think they can do it all without me. I glare over at the stiff-postured team leader. Or at least Adam thinks he can do it without me. I purse my lips at the thought, pushing it to the back of my mind. For now, I have to keep focused on the case, which will be more difficult if they are hiding things. Well, we still need to find the actual murder site. She definitely wasn't killed where she was found.
Oh, really? That's news to me. Did you know this?
No.
I mean, it seemed like it was messy. You would think she was killed there.
Yeah, but...
There's blood on the wall and stuff. Indescribable.
Maybe the doctor mentioned something like that.
Yeah, I might be wrong. I'm totally willing to accept that I did not pick up on all the details.
It has been weeks since we
read
that. But
But okay, that's apparently the case that she wasn't killed there. So,
she definitely wasn't killed where she was found, I say. Was it the same with the other murders he committed? Yes, Nate replies, this time not interrupted by his brooding leader. Adam is once more staring out the window.
I wish we could get, the up and up on, the other murders. That would be really helpful in this case.
So far, they haven't really done anything except storm out on the interrogation.
With the chanting, yes. And we also don't know why.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great work. I let out a long breath, looking down at my notepad. It is painfully empty of clues or notes. Yes, we know. Were any of the victims from the same location? Throaty, slightly condescending laugh erupts from Morgan. Their locations mean nothing. What is this?
Oh man, guys, this is sort of draining. Can we talk to Morgan and Farah? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, can we just get them in different rooms and talk to them one-on-one?
Yeah, maybe they're nicer that way. Then Adam doesn't have to do this posturing in front of his group. Mm-hmm. The game keeps pointing out how he's their leader.
Yeah. Their locations meant nothing. Once again, her words are softened by an accent I can't place.
Oh, wait, is this Morgan speaking?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Mm-hmm.
Maybe hearing it more would help me narrow it down, but the idea of striking up conversation with a woman now glaring at me through a wall of smoke makes me...
Smoking again?
Yeah.
Morgan, this causes cancer. Do you know this? Someone should have an intervention.
I think vampires don't care about that.
Yeah, but we don't know that, so we can be annoying to her and say, do you still use these cancer sticks?
Yeah.
I am an immortal being.
Yo, what?
Yeah, okay.
So, what does she make us? But the idea of striking up a conversation with a woman now glaring at me through a wall of smoke makes me...
It's a choice.
Number 1, retreat a little.
Cough. No.
Number 2, smile in a way which isn't at all professional.
I like that it gives you the option, but it always comes at such, unlikely times.
Yeah.
Where,
well, she was
this
looking...
does not make me think romance.
She was looking at us, so it's time for romance. Option number 3. Swallow hard, hoping the tingling on my skin is not excitement.
Yeah, that might be the glamour stuff. I haven't decided on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Option number 4. Wonder if she's even capable of more than 2 words in a sentence.
I kind of want to say that.
Do you remember the sentence she just spoke? Their locations meant nothing. That's 4 words in a sentence.
Obviously, this is she's figuratively speaking. She doesn't literally mean 2 words. She's just Morgan is is rather terse.
I know. But still,
everyone except Nate. And Farah has been characterized as being jovial and the young one, but she just hasn't said anything since then.
Exactly. She's just laughing at anybody.
It's probably on her phone all the time. Because remember, there are smartphones in this world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the last option, The woman now glaring at me through a wall of smoke makes me glare back.
Oh, that's cool. You want to pick that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right back at you, Morgan.
I lean further forward on my desk, holding her glare without wavering. She drags in a breath of smoke and lets it out in a curling stream, holding my stare without a flinch.
Careful, you'll trigger soul gaze.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's the Dresden Files again. Sorry.
And we are not a wizard. Sorry, you're not a wizard, Marius.
I'm not a wizard, Vincent. I'm a YouTuber.
Oh, no!
Is that actually a line in Dresden Files? I'm a wizard, Harry.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, you would think they did it.
It's from Star Trek, right? I'm a doctor. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not an engineer.
Yeah,
that stuff. Bones says that, right?
Yes, also from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, you're a wizard, Harry. That's how Hagrid explains to him that he's a wizard.
Do you think that's a reference to Star Trek when Hagrid says it?
I don't know. I don't know if there are any references in Harry Potter. There might be, but I never picked up on any of them.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Probably.
Right? Yeah, okay. But maybe I'm just making that connection entirely in my head between Star Trek and Harry Potter. But somehow that line goes through all these three, like Star Trek, Harry Potter, and Dresden Files.
Yes.
And I might be completely wrong.
Well, it's not here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because we have no one named Harry. Or Jim.
Well, no, we really don't. It's Kira.
Our focus is pulled back to the room as Nate speaks again.
Oh, focus? What? Yeah, right. We had that.
Yeah. The previous victims came from all over, Nate explains. That's an understatement, Farah replies. We are talking worldwide.
Oh, okay.
She spreads her arms out in emphasis. And we can say, you think he was trying to mislead authorities by killing all over?
Mm-hmm. Good thought.
Number 2, how did you afford to go all over the world? I can barely afford to put gas in my car.
Okay.
You must be insanely rich.
Yeah, I don't know.
Number 3, someone who goes to that extreme must have a reason.
Yes.
But doesn't lead anywhere. And number 4, then maybe location really has nothing to do with it.
I kind of want to say number 1. Just so they can refute it with the actual reason.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's do it.
I frown at the revelation. Do you think he was trying to mislead authorities by killing people so far spread? Adam breaks from staring out the window to look at me with a raised brow. That's quite the clever idea, detective. The unexpected compliment hangs in the air before he shakes his head and stares out once again.
Now you're thinking. Careful. Might become a habit, detective. If he didn't have such amazing biceps, I'd have kicked him out long ago.
Yes. He shakes his head and stares out once again. But no. You're very certain about that? He doesn't deign to respond.
Oh, God.
Farah suddenly gives a chuckle, seeming to be lost in thought. At least it meant we've gotten to go some interesting places in search of him. Remember Alaska? She chortles. Morgan did not do well in the cold. The comment receives a grumble from Morgan in the corner. But there weren't as many humans in Alaska, so that helped cheer her up a little. Not many humans? I ask, cocking my head to one side at the strange word choice.
Oh, she just sort of gave something away.
Yeah, but
because there were only vampires in Alaska.
Yeah, but she gave it away to us, so it's perfectly safe.
Oh, because you won't figure it out.
Yeah, we just stopped thinking about it. Not many humans? I asked, cocking my head to one side at the strange word choice. A heavy quiet descends over the room, broken only by Farah letting out a strange chuckle. Not many people. She throws a sheepish look at Adam, whose features are furrowed in a tight knot. A knock from the door makes us all look up to find Tina standing in the doorway. A worried frown lines her face. her shoulders hunched.
Another victim has been found.
No, not again. In our town.
That's why she's here, right?
I assume so.
What's she going to say?
My thoughts of the conversation are quickly pushed away by concern. Hey, Kira, can I talk to you for a moment? She asks, clutching the door to keep her balance. I give a nod. Something is obviously wrong. Standing from my place, I glance back over the group before moving out of the office and shutting the door. Inside the office. Not many humans? Nate splutters. What's wrong with you? With all the slip-ups you make, you're damn lucky people don't believe in vampires. Farah holds up her hands in innocence. Look, I'm sorry, but the detective makes it easy to get comfortable.
She's so slow on the update. I guess.
I just forgot. Adam lets out a long groan. He spreads his hands on the desk, closing his eyes to breathe through the tension, making his shoulders knot. Going to your happy place, Adam? Farah asks, to which Adam slams his fist down so hard the edge of the desk splinters.
Whoa. That's like really loud if you do that.
Yes.
Like you would hear that in the room with Tina.
Like that's not something you miss when you get back in the room. Like, what the hell happened to my desk?
Yeah. Holy shit.
This is pretty extreme.
Well, I guess that's Adam's leadership style.
Yeah. They all stare at the damage. Adam groans again, rubbing his hands over his
What
face.
an idiot. Oh. What the fuck is this?
Oh, yes.
I guess I'm picturing like unnecessarily weird in my head. If this was Vampire Diaries, it would feel totally natural, I'm sure.
Yes, probably. Adam groans again, rubbing his hands over his face. We should just tell her the truth, Nate says suddenly.
Oh, really? Yeah, I like Nate. He has the best ideas.
But here's the thing. I don't even know if we would believe them at this point.
No, they would say, Kira, I need to tell you, vampires are real, and we are some of them, and the killer is as well. And Kira would like, I stopped thinking about it. Nate said something to me that day, but I quickly dropped it.
It didn't seem important at the time.
I went back to considering my wardrobe. Maybe I should be wearing the cargo pants on that day.
Tina, what do you think about cargo pants?
I went back to repairing the coffee machine, which had become a real issue.
Yeah, Douglas, get off your phone.
Yeah. But sadly, that has not happened yet. We still believe that vampires are a fiction.
Yes. We should just tell her the truth, Nate says suddenly, gaining the brunt of Adam's full annoyed attention. What?
His full annoyed attention. I like that.
Nate shrugs. Kira obviously makes us feel at ease, so it's possible she'd take the news just as easy.
I wonder if the game is like, if you're being harder on them, which we could have done, would the game also say Kira makes us feel at ease? Like, I really wonder. Maybe this kind of conversation doesn't happen in every playthrough. I don't know. I still have no idea about how much these games vary in general.
Yeah. Also, I think we haven't been that easy on them either.
No, not the most easy. That's true. But also not the most hard, right?
Yeah.
We're kind of a middle of the road kind of detective. Okay.
Kira obviously makes us feel at ease, so it's possible she takes the news just as easily. Secrets never end well. Adam shakes his head, as though the idea is the most ridiculous thing he's ever heard. We're not telling her anything. I agree, Morgan adds from her place, hidden beside the filing cabinet. She's still puffing on a cigarette. It has burned down so low it's almost singeing the vampire's fingers.
Until she immediately lights the next one. Okay.
She'll just become even more of an annoyance. If we have to work together, it's better if everything is out in the open, Nate says, ignoring Morgan. But we're not going to work together, Adam explains. Our mission is to keep her away from the killer, not aid in her investigation, which will lead her right towards the killer.
I mean, as much as I hate Adam, he's right. He has a point. If he's just being, pursuing his mission, that's the way to go. I see his perspective.
Yeah, but I feel like this, I don't know if it's his fault or our mom's fault, but in this case, this entire setup is just not a good idea, right? Because if they try to actively hinder our investigation, we'll just get more and more annoyed with them.
That's true, and I think that's the lesson that Adam has to learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
So our mission is to keep her away from the killer, not aid her in an investigation which will lead her right towards the killer. He speaks the word slowly, through gritted teeth. Nate stands from the place. A mission we could do a lot better with her full cooperation. Their glares hold for a long moment. Farah is obviously once again enjoying the crackle of tension pouring off of them, her grin widening. You're too soft with the humans, Nate, Adam says finally, the word spoken as a half-insult. He eventually turns away any hostility with his oldest friend, making him uneasy. We have a job to do. We protect the detective without her knowing anything. Nate opens his mouth to protest, but Adam holds up a hand to stop him. That is an order. Humans aren't going away, Nate replies, his tone quiet, not liking to argue with his friend either. You'll have to deal with that fact eventually. I have no care what they're out. I have no care that they are not going any away, and I will do my utmost to protect them from what they don't know. Adam shakes his head, his tension only tightening. But it doesn't mean I have to like them. And with those words, he strides out of the office with heavy steps.
He's such a bad boy.
With Tina.
Yes.
At the front desk. I follow Tina to the front desk, where she leans heavily against the counter and runs her fingers through her curled hair.
She's always doing that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay.
We're alone, since Douglas usually doesn't arrive until, well, whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, Douglas has not been a prime employee, I have to say.
No.
He's not been characterized that way.
I can already seeing us in 40 episodes ending up with Douglas.
Oh, playing him? Or being with Douglas? I don't know. I mean, maybe if he has like a big character arc.
You just haven't seen his entire...
So far, he's a really unlikable character with the whole, he's the son of the mayor, and that's how he got the position. Like,
yeah,
that's a real stretch right now, Vincent. I want to see how that happens.
Yeah,
because I'm Tina all the way.
Show me a little bit of his genuine side, and
Well, I mean, everyone has something, I guess, but I don't know. You know what? I would say, okay.
And so it starts.
Yeah, we will. We will have
Let
to go.
the passion flow through you.
Shut up, Vincent. This is not Star Wars, okay? Calm yourself, Vincent. Like, I don't want to make a big thing out of this because I'm sure we will later. But if you were to create, let's say, relationships, pairings of all the characters that are in the game,
Yes.
I would say that Douglas should end up with Farah of all people. Do you see what I mean?
Absolutely.
Those fit.
Yes.
All right. And see this. My brain is obsessed now with pairing all the other ones up. So please just continue. Save me, Vincent.
Okay.
Let's go back into the situation.
I follow Tina to the front desk, where she leans heavily against the counter and
Right.
runs her fingers through her curled hair. We're alone, since Douglas usually doesn't arrive until, well, whenever he feels like it. Kate Hayes rang the station this morning.
Kate Hayes. That's a name, yeah?
Yeah, Kate
Okay.
Hayes.
Okay, never mind. It's a cool name.
Rang the station this morning. Worried for Garrett, Tina explains, biting at her bottom lip. Her son? I ask in surprise. Kate, being the only dentist in town, is usually run off her feet. That's a saying. Okay.
She's run off her. Yeah, I don't know. What does that mean?
I guess she's busy.
I don't know.
Maybe. To help her out, Garrett has often spent his time after school at the station until she can collect him. Usually it's Tina who keeps him company, helping him with his homework or teaching him the ropes.
Oh, wow, this is a daycare as well.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
This city is smaller than I thought.
That's just a small town world, I guess.
Mm-hmm. From the little I have interacted with him, he seems sensible and nice enough. Well, not anymore. He didn't come home last night. What if something happened? Tina flicks her worried gaze up to meet mine, her voice choking in her throat. With a psycho running around town? And we can say, number one, don't jump to those kinds of conclusions. Number two, we need to get out there looking for him. Number three, it's too soon. We can't do anything yet. Which is, by the way, not true.
Yeah?
All the TV shows.
Know?
Yeah, all the TV shows always say it's like you need 24 hours before. No.
That's a lie, right?
Yeah, if you feel like something is amiss, just call the police. You can do it immediately.
Yeah, I mean, especially with a child missing like this, it's so unusual. You would definitely, you can at least get in a car and drive around.
Most certainly. And usually it means, if you wait 24 hours, the chances get pretty slim because every hour that passes...
it might matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number four, I'm sure he just stayed with a friend and forgot to call.
See, these options are all this would be fine if we hadn't had not a flashback, but a cutscene basically showing us what actually happened. So now we could say this, but we're making our main character sound deliberately stupid then. Because we know that's not the case.
Yeah.
But okay, sorry, Vincent. What are the other options?
Number five, we'll find him, don't worry. And number six, what exactly is it you hope I'll do?
He's missing, so what do you want me to do about it?
I can't help
I'm not
you.
doing that.
So
maybe if we had cargo pants on, we could.
Yeah.
Not
Wait,
like this.
I have it in this pocket. Yeah, there he is.
Silly. Let's just say, let's get out there and find him.
Yeah. Be proactive about it.
Yeah.
Also get away from the Team Bravo and the whole discussion.
Yeah.
We need to get out there looking for him. I stiffen. We need to be out there looking for him. Tina gives a sharp nod of agreement. I'll call Len and the other volunteers.
Excellent.
Hopefully they'll be around to help in the search. She smiles and places a hand on my arm. Thanks, Kira. We both flinch as the phone on the desk gives a shrill ring.
Oh, wow.
Tina lets out a sudden relieved breath at the sound. Oh, it must be Kate. She said she'd ring back as soon as Garrett turned up.
But it's not going to be Kate, is it?
But Garrett did turn up, possibly.
What, do you mean as a vampire?
No, as a victim.
Yeah, okay.
I found Garrett, but not in all in one place.
That's not the tone that the mother would have. Not at all.
She reaches for the phone. I turn away, thankful the situation is resolved before it became something much worse.
Mm-hmm.
Heading back to my office, I shake my head, staring at the ground. With what's happened, it's no wonder this town is on high alert over every small thing. My thoughts come to an abrupt halt as I crash into someone storming out of the doorway of my office. I stumble back, feeling more like I collided with a brick wall than a person. Regaining my balance, I glance up, finding Adam staring at me in genuine surprise. He quickly straightens himself out. I apologize. I wasn't paying attention. And we can reply with, neither was I. Sorry. Number 2. Well, next time, look before walking. Number 3. It's fine. No harm done. Number 4. Wow. We should put you in the armory as a battering ram. That's a great sentence.
Yeah, I do like funny Kira.
Yeah,
and we have been consistent about that, so I think we have to say that one.
Yeah, the 5th option is whatever.
No, battering ram it
yes.
is.
Wow, I blur out, brushing down my waistcoat from the impact. We should put you in the armory as a battering ram. I give a light chuckle, though it seems to fall short against his unamused frown. Silence soon falls once again. I shift slightly beneath the awkwardness of it. Adam turns to avoid my gaze, his focus shifting to look over the station. I arch a brow when his nose wrinkles, as though smelling something unpleasant.
Humans. No, what is it?
You really don't want to be here, do you? It's a moment before I realize I spoke the question aloud. He's quick to reply. We're here now, so it's more a question of dealing with it rather than liking it.
Well, that's a yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For some reason now I'm thinking of him as Agent Smith in that scene with Morpheus where he talks about the human stench.
Humans are disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are like a virus.
Okay, but that's like... Now, thanks, Vincent. Now Adam's like an old guy in my mind.
Sorry.
Who was that? Who played? Was that Tommy Lee Jones? No. Who played
Agent Smith?
No,
oh God, what is his name? The same guy that played Elrond.
Yeah, who is that? God damn it.
Don't remember this name.
But thanks. Now I'm imagining Adam as Elrond.
Well,
like,
he is a good
Adam is
elf.
all over the place. Yeah, but also a little bit older looking, you know?
Yeah.
These are... I'm confused now, Vincent.
I am sorry.
Teenage vampires. But yeah, okay.
Well, maybe we'll find another scene that fits him better. We can reply with number one. It's not like anyone's forcing you to stay. Well, that's kind of
technically.
Untrue.
But then that's a funny thing to say then, because how does he react?
Mm-hmm.
What are the other options?
Number two, because the agency's so much better than the police department.
Well, you don't know that.
Number three, it's not so bad here. Maybe it will grow on you.
Yeah, look at all our daycare options.
Yeah.
Maybe Adam should be taking care of the kids that come by.
And we sometimes get free coffee. So
yeah, if the coffee machine works.
Yeah.
Oh no, from the nice lady that never came up again.
That too.
Yeah. Is there a fourth option?
No. That's
okay. Do the number one.
It's not like anyone's forcing you to stay.
Yeah.
No one's forcing you to stay, you know, I say, my tone sharp. He smiles at me, an unexpected response to my statement, before replying. I don't run away from my responsibilities. Interesting that it's your first thought on the matter, though.
To run away? Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I can't tell whether he's mocking me or joking with me, and I shift away from his continued half-smile. The conversation is halted by a sudden clatter at the front desk.
Aha!
Kira? Tina calls. I turn. Her normally rosy skin has paled to a ghostly white, the phone gripped tightly in her hand. There's been another murder.
Oh no. And we know who it is.
Yes.
How will Kira deal with this, Vincent?
It's a doctor.
Well. What I'm saying is, we'll see next time how we deal with this additional murder. It's official now. It's a serial killer loose in Wayhaven.
Or two killers. We don't know yet.
Well, that was probably Kira's conclusion. Like, what? There's another killer? What are the chances? Two killers in Wayhaven? I mean, you can't exclude it, I guess.
Yeah, we'll need to do some investigating.
We'll find out hopefully next time. Thanks for playing with me, Vincent. Thanks for reading so wonderfully.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
Thank you for watching. You can leave us some comments. We always enjoy those. You can like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you can follow us on Twitter @makes_play. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.